Good morning, this is Deborah Matthews, Vicar of St Michael's Verwood and All Saints, Three-Legged Cross. I hope you've all had a good week. As we look forward to being able to socialise a bit more and even to cautiously hug our loved ones, I am also looking forward to some nice weather, together with some time to spend in my garden. One of the good things to come out of this last year has been the chance to be more still and contemplative, rather than rushing around from one thing to the next. I can already feel the rapid pace of life returning as work ramps up, putting pressure on time, meaning I don't always get to notice the blessings which surround me, or take the time to be thankful for them. Of course, we want to get back to more freedom and to be able to book holidays, but we must try not to lose the space to reflect, the space that many of us enjoyed during the lockdowns. NHS staff and teachers and other groups of people were busier than usual during those times, and they were under more stress. So we hope that their efforts will be recognised and that they can take time now to have the space and the healing that they need. We all need time to recover and deal with the sad times and with the difficult challenges that we experience. In church, over the last 6 weeks, we have been in the Easter season celebrating Jesus' resurrection. And on Thursday last week, we celebrated Ascension Day, 40 days after the resurrection. This is the day when we remember Jesus returning to heaven to be with the Father. During these 40 days, the disciples began to recover from the shock of Jesus' death, as they were reminded of all that he had taught them. And they began to understand his words and see how his wisdom would continue to enrich their own lives and enable them to continue to follow him. Before he left them, Jesus began to speak to the disciples about the mission that he was sending them on, which was to make disciples of all people. This was an enormous and a dangerous challenge, but Jesus promised them that they would never be alone in their ministry. He said to them, "Remember, I am with you always, to the end of the age." And he promised to send them the Holy Spirit, to set their hearts on fire with love and a passion to teach about the love of God. Jesus assured his disciples that they would receive the power, the steadfastness, the faith and the courage to go on with his work, because the Holy Spirit would empower them. And those promises were not just for the disciples who were part of Jesus' ministry in those days, but for all the disciples, even those not yet born, for those who would come to follow Jesus because of the witness and testimony of those first disciples. Speaking to people about Jesus is a challenge for each one of us. We can be rather shy about mentioning faith in our conversations with each other. People would rather that faith was treated as a private matter. We are perhaps put off by the many bad examples of people imposing their faith upon others. And we don't need to look too far to see where religious causes have brought war and hatred and death, although it is not usually religion alone that causes the hostilities. But we can be bold enough to share a message of love and compassion and new life. And this is a starting place for faith conversations. This is how we can share our faith. We do not need to take sides, we can listen to each other peaceably and with respect. Jesus wanted us to learn that God is a God of love and peace. The God of love is with us through every tragedy and every miracle of life, and for his company we can be truly thankful. The peace of God, which passes all understanding, keep you this week and always. God bless you.